Hello everyone, good afternoon. Okay, myself Sushmitha. I'll be handling the Excel batch for you. Okay, so we'll start the session today. So, okay, so we all know about MS Office, right? So MS Office is one of the package where a Word, Excel, PowerPoint, okay, the things will be in one package, correct? So in that we are going to study now the Excel class. Okay, so Excel, it is generally defined as a spreadsheet. Okay, so spreadsheet in the sense where you'll be having some rows and columns. Okay, so where you can do some calculations, balance sheets. Okay, so all types of formulas you can insert and do some calculations. Okay, so we look up, h look up, everything we can do it in one Excel. Okay, so usually generally in MS Office, Excel is one of the important part. Okay, so where so if you want to just look like okay, if you want to start the Excel, you can go for the start button and you can just go here, type it as Excel. Okay, so you can just click on that. Now the Excel spreadsheet will get open. Usually we call the Excel as a spreadsheet. Okay, so okay, because you will be having n number of rows and columns. Okay, so either you can open in this way or you can go for the start button and search for the run command. Okay, so you can go for the start button and search for the run option. Click on the run option and just type there as Excel. Okay, so just click on OK and the Excel sheet will get open. Okay, you have to wait for 2 minutes, it will get open. Okay, so this is how it will be looking. Excel sheet will be looking like this. Okay, so once you open, you will find like this. So if you go for file, you have something called as file, home, page level. That I'll be teaching you later on. So once you open, it will be looking like this. Once you click on file, so this is how the Excel sheet, Excel homepage will look like. This is called as homepage. Okay. So here, as we all know, so you will be having a info over here where you will be getting protect sheet, inspect sheet, manage workbook, browser and all. That we'll be seeing later. Okay. So firstly, we have to start with the new. Okay, so before going to that, so we have to know something about called as like what is a version of Excel. Okay, so what are the things we'll be doing in Excel. Okay, so the version is nothing but you'll be using 2000, we will be using 2016 version. Okay, so the latest version is 2021. Okay, so that would be your versions. So you can just write it down or note it down. So I'll just give you the notes also at the last of the end of the session. So you can just go through it. Okay, so as we told, see here, just look like, so Excel also will be having some extensions also. As I told, Excel will be having some extension and versions. Depending on versions, you'll be having the extensions. Okay, so here we have something called as Excel 97 to 2003, you have something called as extension .xls. First of all, we have to know that what is extension. Okay, so what is extension then? So your extension is nothing but where we'll be giving the file name. Okay, so file name with extension that will show us this is an Excel file. By seeing this .xls, you have to understand that this is an Excel file. Okay, so for example, you will be having your own names, correct? My name is Sushmitha, the other person name is Shukumar. Okay, the other person name is Usha. Like that, they will be having some identifications to identify. They will be having some names to identify themselves. Like that, only Excel is having also having the extension to identify whether it is an Excel file or Word file or PowerPoint file. You can identify by the extensions. Okay, so Excel extension from 97 version to 2003 version is .xls. Okay, so whatever you save the file, it will be saved in the format of .xls. Okay, so whatever you save the file in Excel, it will be saved in .xls. So 97 to 2003 version. Okay, so other versions like 2007, it will be saved in the .xlsx. Okay, that means 2007 version as some changes in extension. Okay, this is the, it will be identified. So the .xls means it is a older version. .xlsx means it is a 2007 version, like that. Okay, so like that we have 2000 for 2016 version also will be saving in the format of .xlsx only. Okay, so the major difference between the older version and newer version. What is the difference between newer version and older? Why we are using new versions? Why we prefer for the new versions? So why we prefer for the new versions is some functions or some extra additional functions will be added in the newer version. Okay, so rather than lower version. For example, in lower version we don't have something called as templates, correct? So in newer version we have something called as templates. What is templates then? So we'll go for the file here. Okay. See, in 2016 version, we are using right now, we are using a 2016 version. Okay. Something we have called as templates here over here. Okay. So these are called templates. What is templates then? The ready-made document. That means in older versions, we was only getting this blank worksheet. If I click on that, only the blank worksheet was opening. Okay, so everything we was creating by ourselves. But in newer version, we have something called as templates, where all the ready-made information will be there over here. See, we have something called as business. If you want to prepare a report according to the business, or if you want to prepare a report for your personal things, if you want to prepare a report, or if you want to make a list, something list you want to make, or if you want to calculate a budgets, or if you want to see the calendars, okay, you want to prepare a calendars and all, we have something called as ready-made templates. See, for example, I want to prepare a calendars. Okay, I'll click on calendars. Some ready-made templates of calendars are available here. Okay, so see through that, whichever you like, you just click on that and it will be opening. Okay, see, automatically everything it has been open, design and all it is ready made. Okay, color, design and all it is ready. Only thing what we have to do is we have to change the data over there. Okay, so suppose I want to enter here Sunday instead of Monday. So what you will do, click on that cell and particular cell and just edit it. That's all. Okay, so whatever, everything will be ready made. Only thing, whatever data we want, we have to enter into that. Okay, so that is nothing but ready-made templates. Okay, so there where you'll be getting, if you want a new document, you can click on new document. No ma'am, I don't want any ready-made documents, I want to prepare by my own things, means you can go for blank document. Okay, blank worksheet will be coming. Or else if you want a ready-made things, you can just go for the new and click on business, personal, whatever related you want to prepare a things, you can just go there. If you want to prepare a report according to the business, you can go for the business. If you want to prepare by for your personal things, you can go for the personal things. Go for the file, new, personal. Okay, so all the personal reports will be here. Okay, so for example, event planning. Okay, if you want to plan for the events, you can go for that. Okay, and if you want to calculate some grocery, for example, you have got so much of salary for your 1 month salary you have got, in that how much you have spent for groceries, how much you have spent for your personal use, of how much you have spent for rent. Okay, how much you have spent for light bill, water bill, all those things you can calculate over by using these ready-made things. You don't want to prepare by yourself. Okay, so if you have a wedding, how much you have spent for wedding budget. Okay, so all the ready-made documents will be over here. You can use, if you want, you can use this. Otherwise, if you don't want, you can just go back and click on blank workbook. Okay, I think that everybody is understanding, and we'll go further. If you have any doubts, you can just go to the chat box and chat with me. I'll just answer to your questions. So, okay, I think you don't have any doubts. Fine. Someone has asked for. Okay, fine. The next will be, okay, fine. So we came to know about the Excel. Okay, so this is a major difference between older version and lower version. Okay, newer version. Older version, we was not having all this ready-made templates and all. We was having only the blank document. We was only used to create all the Excel spreadsheets and all. So now we have something extra feature called as a templates, a ready-made templates. You can use that if you want. Okay. So and once we talk about Excel, the first thing we'll be knowing that okay, Excel is made up of rows and columns, correct? So what is the rows? What is column? The line which is present horizontally is called rows, and the line which is present vertically is called columns, correct? So if you open a blank sheet, you can see the number of rows in columns. Okay, these are the rows and these are the rows and these are the columns. Okay, and okay, so these are the rows and these are the columns. Okay, so and the question is will be, once we talk about rows and columns, we'll be thinking that okay, how many rows and how many columns will be there. So if I go on scroll down, you will be having a n number of rows and n number of columns. Okay, so and we'll be decide we want to know how many rows and columns are there, correct? So when I come to the rows and columns, you have something called as rows and columns. So 10 lakh. Okay, so here there are 16,384 columns are there, and 10 lakh 48,576 rows are there. If you want, you can just write it down somewhere else. Okay, so in book, or if you have a notebook and pen, you can just write it down. There are 16,384 columns and 10 lakh 48,576 rows. Okay, so this is the number of columns and rows. So we have in Excel so many rows and columns. So if you want to see the rows and columns, you can just use the shortcut keys like control down arrow. Okay, you will be getting, just a minute. Okay, we have the notes also here, just you can go through it. Okay, so I'll just share this notes at the last of the session. You can just go through it. All the number of rows and columns will be over here. And if you want to just open the auto Excel, open the Excel, all those notes will be here. I'll just share this notes at the last end of the session. Okay, so and we have extensions also, and see here. Okay, so now whatever I wanted to say, it is here. Okay, control plus up arrow, that means it will go to the first row. Control plus down arrow, it will goes to the first row column and the last row. Okay, control plus right arrow goes to the first row and last column of the sheet, and control plus left arrow goes to the last row and the first column of the sheet. If you want, you can just take a pic, or you can just write it down in somewhere else. These are the shortcut keys to move end and to the end of the sheet and to the starting of the sheet. So for example, you have more data. For example, you have see, I have this much of data. I cannot keep on scrolling like this. Okay, you have until end. Okay, so at the time I cannot keep on scrolling like this. I should go to the end of the sheet. So what I should do, I should use some shortcut keys. If you use the shortcut keys, it will be very easy to operate. Okay, so you cannot always search for the options where it is, and you should know some shortcut keys. That shortcut keys also I'll share you at the last of the session. Okay, you should use some shortcut keys, and you have to work in the Excel. Okay, so as I told you, if you press control plus down arrow, it will go to the last end of the sheet. Okay, so here it will be indicating 10,48,576 rows are there. Okay, like that itself, if you press control and right arrow, it will go to the last column of the sheet, XFD. From A to, it will be having XFD, till XFD it will be there. Okay, So like this, you can again, if you wanted to come back, control plus left arrow and control plus up arrow. Okay, any doubts? No doubts, I think. If you have any doubts, you can just chat with me with the chat box. Fine. We'll move on to the next concept. So we came to know about rows and columns, correct? So one, we also have to know what is cell. Okay, so we already know about rows and columns. Now we are going to know about cell. Okay, we have something called as cell in the Excel. What is cell? Okay, so what is cell in the sense the intersection of the rows and columns. That means one row and one column, it will intersect and it will make a one cell. So so you can see the number, many boxes here. These are called cells. Okay, each particular box is called as cell. How it is made up of? By intersecting of rows and columns. Okay, so one row and one column, or two rows, two columns, if it intersect, it will be forming one cell. Okay, so these are the cells. We will call this as a cells. Okay, so the next will be like we know that about the new, already I have explained about a blank document and templates. So now time to see the shortcut keys. Okay, so we'll start this exact session will be starting from now. Okay, so we'll be seeing the shortcut keys also. So already I told you, if you don't want any templates, you can just take a blank worksheet. So to open the blank worksheet, you can just click on this. Okay, so or else if you don't go for the file and click on new, all those long procedure, if you don't want to do, you can just go for control N. Okay, the new worksheet will be open. This is the shortcut key for the new. Okay, so you can just write it down in somewhere else. Okay, so you should use the shortcut keys rather than going and searching for the option. Okay, it will be easy for you to work. Okay, so I'll just send you the shortcut keys also, as I told. Okay, so the first shortcut keys, as I told, is new. Okay, control N. Okay, so if you click on control N, it will be open. Okay, blank worksheet will be open. Okay, the next will be open. Okay, what is this open? As we all know, okay, open in the sense opening the file. Okay, for example, at the last session you have worked on something on Excel. Okay, you have saved that file in desktop or local disk C, local disk E. Okay, wherever you want, you will be saving that file. Next time if you open the Excel, if you want to open the previous file, you'll go for control O. That is nothing but open. Okay, so for example, I have one blank worksheet here. I have worked some calculation, I have done some calculation balance sheet in the previous class that I have to open here now. Okay, that file I have saved in desktop. Okay, assume that I have saved in desktop. So that what I'll do, I'll go for, instead of going for the file and click on open, go for the file and click on open. So here you will be having this PC. Wherever you are saved, you can just click on that. I have saved in this PC. Okay, I'll just go click on this PC. Okay, my one open dialog box will open. So here I have saved on desktop. Assume that I have saved that file on desktop. Go search for the files. So all these are files only. Okay, how will come to know about the files? These are the Excel. How will identify these are the Excel file anta? So how will identify is just minimize it. Okay, so on desktop you'll be having one Excel file. Click on that, right click, go for the properties. So here you have something called as extension. Although already I told you, right, in the starting of the class, we'll be having some extension, right? So .xlsx, we have this extension, right? By seeing this extension, we can identify that it is an Excel file. Okay. So otherwise, if you see this icon, so like this type of icon, if you see it, it is understand that it is an Excel file. Okay. So go for the session. Okay, go for the file, click on open, click on this PC. click on desktop. If you're saved on desktop, click on desktop. If you're saved on downloads, click on downloads. If you're saved on OneDrive, you can go for OneDrive. Or if you have saved in local disk C, wherever you saved, you just click on that. Okay, and just go down or search for the Excel file. I have already told, if you see this icon, this is an Excel file. Or you will be giving some names while saving. I'll show you how to save also. You can just see look this right now, you can just see this. Okay, so here you have something called as Excel icon. If you want to open this laptop file, okay, or if you open this list of college, or if you want to open this new Microsoft, whatever file you have saved by the names, you can just double click on that, it will get open. Okay, so now I have opened one file. This the contents doesn't contain any content, so it is not having any content. I'll open another file, go for the open, click on this PC. Okay, now we have something called a session 1. Okay, that I have double clicked and I have opened, so I have got this file now. Okay, so like this you'll be opening the file. If you don't want to go for the file and open, you can just click Control O here. Okay, so again it will take to this dialog box and just click wherever you want. That means wherever you have saved the file, you can just go there, and you can just, if you want to open the images or if you want to open the videos. Okay, so all those things are files. If you want to open, okay, whatever if you want to open, you can just open it. On desktop I have saved some files. I'll just click on that and I'll open. Okay, so this is how you open the file. Okay, I have told you the shortcut key and the long method also. You can go for the file and either you can click open, or you can use your own shortcut key called as Control O. Okay, so the next will be, just close these things. Okay, fine. So the next will be save. As I told, wherever you have saved, you have to go there and you have to open. But how to save the file? Okay, so the question will be how to save the file. So that will be, I'll be teaching you now how to save the file, Anta. So go for the new document. See, I have worked something over here. Okay, so for example, I have given one calculation over here. I have worked this calculations over here. I'll just work it out and I'll save the file. So these are the series which I wanted to remember, but I couldn't remember. So I have put in the Excel file. Now I want to save this file. Okay, so how I'll save the file? I'll go to the file, save. Okay, now my question is, if I click on file and save, it is taking me to save as. It's not taking me to save. Why is that? Is nothing but Excel sheet defaultly it will be saved already. That means I'll show you. See, if I open any one of the Excel sheet, just a minute. Okay, if I open the Excel, start button, if I open defaultly, it will be saved defaultly. Okay, so for example, I no need to you have something called as here. Okay, fine, I'll just move this. Okay, fine. See, here something called as book 1 Excel, correct? So this is nothing but we call it as title bar. I'll come later for that. Okay, so this where will be see, if I save this file, I'll go to the file, and if I save this file, for example, keep it as, I'll save it as Sushmitha. Okay, I'll save it as Sushmitha and click on save. Okay, now this name has been changed like Sushmitha, correct? So whatever file I have saved the name, that name is, it is indicating in this title bar. But once you open the new Excel sheet, it will be already saved like book 1, book 2, book 3. Okay, so I have never saved the file, but also it is indicating some name here, book 1, book 1, book 2, book 3 and that. Why? Because Excel defaultly it will be given one name. Okay, so that is why we cannot go for the save. If I click on the save also, it will take it as save as, because already it has been saved. If you want to rename it, you have to go for save as. I don't want book one name. I want to change the name of the Excel sheet. So I'll go for save as. Save as option is used to change the name of the file or change the location of the file. Okay. So either I'll go for save. Save means I'm saving for the first time. Okay, so if I want to save for the first time, you will go for Control S to save. But if you are saving for the second time, that means if you want to change the name of the worksheet or if you want to change the location of the file, then you will be going for the save as. Okay. Now, this book one, I don't want to have this name called as book one. I want to change the name as Sharat or Sushmitha or Usha, or you can change the name as whatever name you want. You can just save it like that. Go for the file, click on save as. Okay, double click on this PC. It will say that the name is already exist as book one. If you want to change the name, just select that and give the name as you wish. Okay, I am giving the name as Anusha. Okay. Okay, the book one name has been rescheduled into Anusha. Okay, now I'll select the location where I want to save. If I want to save in desktop, I'll select desktop. If I want to save in downloads, I'll select downloads. If I want to save in OneDrive or recent place, wherever I want, I'll just save it. Okay, so for example, I want to save on desktop. Okay, so I'll select the desktop location. The desktop location has been opened here. Then just click on save. Okay, now this file has been saved. Now see, book one name has been rescheduled into Anusha. Okay, now I'll close this file. Now where I have saved the file, the location is in desktop. Now right now I am in desktop only. I've saved the file called as Anusha. See, can you see the file name here, Anusha? So wherever I have saved, it is there. Okay, I've saved in desktop, it is there in desktop. If you want to open that, just double click on that, the file will get open. Clear, right? How to save the file, how to open the file, and how to save as the file, and how to go to the new file. I've taught you these 4 options right now. Okay, the next option is print. Okay, when we come to the print option, you see, for example, you should be having a printer first of all. Without a printer, you cannot take a printout. Okay, so when, or as if now I cannot show you how to take a printout, and I'll just explain the settings of the printout. Finally, you can give the, if you have a printout in your printer in your own, you can just give the printout. Okay, so I'll show you how to set the print. Okay, so how to set the printer, for example, I have worked something here. Okay, I'll just open my file. The file I'll open. Okay, fine. I have some Excel sheet over here. I'll just open that. Okay, I have something over here. Okay, I have some table, or I have some balance sheet over here. I want to take this balance sheet as a printout. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just click on Control P. Shortcut key of printout is Control P, or else you can go back and go to the file and give print. Okay, so now if you click on print, you have something called as a print preview. Okay, that means you can see how the printout will come. Before giving the printout, you can just see the print preview. That means how the print is going to come out. Okay, so here it will be there. See, now I'm giving print means the printout will come like this. Okay, if you want to do some changes, I don't want the printout like this. Okay, so all those settings you can do like this here. Okay, you have a printer settings here. I'll just explain you one by one. You can just go through it. Okay, so for example, I have something called as, okay, I have some table here. I'll just press Control P over here. I'll get the printer settings over here. Okay, the first option is print. After doing all the settings here, you can just click on this print. Okay, first of all, you should have a printer and you should install the printer in your laptop. Then only you can give the printout. Okay, After doing all the settings, just click on print. If you want, see it is asking for copies also, how many copies you want. Okay, so for example, this one sheet I need to take out 10 printouts. Okay, I can just click on here, so I can just give you 10. Okay, 10 copies of printout will come out of the printer. Okay, so or else you have something called as increase or decrease button over here. Okay, you can just go on increase here, increase the number 18 sheets, or if you want to decrease, you can just decrease over here. Okay, 7 copies. Okay, like this you can set a number of copies also. When you come for the printer over here, you can just click on this and select in which printer you want a printout. You should know the printer name. Okay, so if you are connected the printer, it will come like it will see all these are offline, correct? So if you have already connected the printer, it will come like it is ready. Okay, ready to print anta. Okay, so all these are in offline, no printers has been connected. So this one, this fax one has been connected right now, so it is showing that it is ready to print anta. Okay, so here where you will be selecting your printer, if you have a lot number of printers, so in which printer you need a printout, that printer it should be ready. If it is ready only, it will be showing here ready, and otherwise it will show the thing called as it is in offline. Offline means it is not ready to print. Okay, that you have to set your printer and you have to give the printout. Okay, then something, we have something called as printer properties here. If you click on that, it will go to the printer properties. Here you will be selecting the size of the paper. Okay, so you'll be selecting the size of the paper. If you want to take a printout in A4, if you want to take a printout in A5, if you want to take a printout in A3 size, I think you know the size of the paper. So whichever paper whichever size of the paper you want to take a printout, you can take, not an issue. Okay, so but the thing is, you have to select it. If you're taking a printout in A4 size sheet, select it as A4. Here also output size is A4. Okay, it has to be both A4 should be there. Okay, so then only your printer will print the document properly. Otherwise, if you give A5 here, so for example, I've selected A5 here, and here also if I select A5 and I'll give A4 sheet, then the printer won't come properly. Okay, so whatever paper size you are giving, that paper size only it has to be selected here. Okay, so if you don't select the paper size, the print will not come properly. Okay, it will either cut the letters, or it will be it will print in the some other wrong way. Okay, so all those things, problems will happen. Okay, so whatever size you're giving, that size it has to be set over here. Then on here also you can set the number of copies over here. And we have something called as orientations. So what is this orientations? So orientation, we have two types of orientations over here. So we have something called as portrait, and one more thing as landscape. So what is portrait and what is landscape? I'll show the changes. So you can do the orientation here also, or else you can go here also, page portrait orientation, it is there. You can just set it over here also. So portrait in the sense, all the letters and whatever table you have done, it will be coming in the printout will be coming in the form of vertical. Okay, so if you set as landscape means it will come in the form of horizontal. Okay, I think you know what is portrait and landscape. Portrait means vertical, it will be coming. Landscape means horizontal. I'll just change this horizontal orientation. If I give landscape, so see it will be coming in the horizontal way. Okay, so if I give portrait, it will be coming in the vertical way. So this is how you set your portrait orientation. So orientations, we have two types of orientation. One is portrait and one more is landscape. Okay, so whatever orientations if you want, you can just set it. Okay, so we have something called as print active sheet. Okay, and print active sheet, print entire workbook, and print a selection. That means print active sheet means whatever page is active right now. For example, this page is active right now. For example, I'll go to sheet 2. We have something called a sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. How we have a pages in the books. Okay, so page 1, page 2, next page, next page. We have some number of pages in the books, correct? In textbook or normal book, we have certain number of pages. Like that only Excel also will be having some certain number of sheets. Okay, so we have some sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. I'll show you how to add the sheets and all. Okay, later on I'll show you. Now suppose if I want to print sheet 1, okay, so I'll just, if I want to print this sheet 1, I don't want sheet 2, I don't want sheet 3, I want to only print the sheet 1. Okay, so this is an active sheet. Now whichever sheet is active, that only will be printing. That is nothing but print active sheet. So go for the print. You have something called as print active sheet. See, for example, suppose if I am in first sheet, okay, if I press Ctrl P, see here also the first sheet will be visible. This is nothing but active sheet. Or else if I go for second sheet, here also second sheet will be there. This is nothing but active sheet. Whichever sheet I click, that is nothing but active sheet. Okay, if you want to print an active sheet, go here and click active sheet. Or else if you don't want to print only active sheet, I need entire workbook should be printed. So for example, I have 3 sheets over here. All the 3 sheets I wanted to get print. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll go for the print, click print entire workbook. Excel sheet is called as workbook. Okay, Excel is called as workbook, where you will be having a number of sheets. Okay, so if you have 3 sheets, print entire workbook. How many sheets are there? Entire sheets will be, you will be getting print out. Okay, if you don't want to get active sheet, or if you don't want to get entire workbook, for example, assume that I have 1 to 10 sheets. I have 10 sheets. In that, I don't want to get all the 10 sheet also. I don't want to get active sheet also. I want to get the printout from second page to 5th page. Okay, assume that I need to get a printout from second page to 5th page. I don't want first page, I don't want 6th, 7th, 8th, 9th, 10th page. I need only second page to 6th page, you are seeing. So, and at that time what I'll do, I'll go to the settings, I'll go to the print selection. If you give print selection, here something called as from and to. Okay, from second page to, from to 5th page. I'll give the number over here. From second page to 5th page I have to print. Okay, so like this you can do the print selection. Now whatever, if you give print only second page to till 5th page, it will be coming. It will not come first page, it will not get the print, you will not get the print. 6th page also you will not get the print. Whatever selection you have given, second page to 5th page, that much only it will be coming. Okay, clear, right? How to set the print. And the next is collated and uncollated. See, if you have any doubts, you can go to the chat box and put the question to me. I'll just answer to your question. Don't sit idle. Please ask the doubts and clear your doubts. So I think if you don't have any doubts, I'll just move on to the session. Next topic. If you have any doubts, just question me. I'll just answer to your point. Otherwise, if you want to ask at the last of the session, you can ask me. Okay, ma'am, can you repeat the print selection? Okay, fine. I'll repeat, Aishwarya. I'll repeat. Okay. So, print selection. Okay. So, for example, print active sheet means, so go for the backs. Okay, you have 3 sheets here. Can you see? Sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3. Okay, so now I am clicking on sheet 1. Okay, now sheet 1 is active. Okay, if I click on sheet 2 is active now. If I click on sheet 3 is active. Okay, so whatever active sheet, if I want to print, go for the file, go for the print, and print active sheet means it will print the 3rd sheet. If I am active in 3rd sheet, it will print 3rd sheet. If I am active in 1st sheet, it will print 1st sheet only. Go for the print active sheet. See, the 1st sheet is active now. For example, Now the first sheet, can you see the print preview here? Okay, this is a print preview, how you will be getting the print over here. Okay, so this is the active sheet now. Okay, so whichever sheet I click, that is nothing but active sheet. If I click on sheet 2, now in print also it will come sheet 2 only. See here, sheet 2 only it is coming. Now if I want to print the active sheet, you will be clicking on print active sheet. Whichever sheet is active, whichever sheet I click, that is nothing but active sheet. Only that page will be printed. Okay, so click on print active. That means only the second page. If I click on second page will be printed. If I click on third page will be printed. Only the active sheet will be printed. If you say no ma'am, I want to print all the 3 sheets. Okay, so now go for print the entire workbook. Okay, so this is a workbook. This is all entire thing is called as a workbook. In that you have 3 sheets. Okay, I want to print all the 3 sheet ma'am antanaga, so you have to go for file, print all entire workbook you have to select. Then all the 3 sheets will be printed. Okay, so if you want to print the certain number of pages, for example you have 1 to 10 sheet or 1 to third sheet you have. Okay, I don't want first page. Okay, I want to only second and third page. At that time what I'll do, I'll go for the print selection. Okay, now I'll select here from second page to third page. Only second and third page will be coming. First page you won't get. That means these 2 pages will be coming. First page it won't come. Okay, that selection I'll be doing. Go for the file, print, and print the selection from second page to till third page I am printing. Okay, I won't get first page print out. Okay, this is nothing but print selection. Okay, so if you want, if you assume that you have 1 to 10 sheet. Okay, you have 10 sheets over here. I'll just include the sheets. Okay, you have lot of sheets over here. Now I want to print only from 5th sheet. Okay, I don't want first, second, third, fourth. 5th sheet to 10th sheet I have to print. Okay, so what I'll do, I'll go for the file, I'll go for the print, I'll give you a 5th sheet to, I'll give you a 10th sheet. From 5th sheet to 10th sheet it will be printed. Okay, understood Aishwarya? So anybody is having any doubts, means please ask me. Okay, don't sit idle. Okay, fine. If you understood, it's good and well. Okay. So I'll be going to the next topic. I think nobody has any doubts, I think. Okay. So if you ask the doubts, it is understood that you are active in the session. If you don't ask the doubts, it is understood that you are sleeping, I think. Okay. If you have any doubts, you can ask. Okay. Don't hesitate to anything. You can ask the doubts and you can clear by yourself. Okay. So if you don't ask doubts, it is lost for you. Okay, so open up, ask the doubts and clear your doubts. Okay, the next thing will be okay, as I told, you can set the page size over here also, A4, A5. If you are printing in A3 size paper, you can set the size over here also. So if you want a letter size, for example, if you have typed some letter that you have to print in get a printout in a letter size, you can just select the letter over here. Okay, the letter size paper will be selected. That size paper only you have to keep it to the printout. Otherwise, the printer will not get printout will not get properly. If you want to take a printout in A4, select A4. If you want to take a printout in A5, select A5. If you want to take a printout in A3, select A3. Okay, don't select the selection. If you give the selection as a A4 and keep the A5 paper, the print will not come properly. You have to do the selection properly. Okay, settings is more important and the pages will be wasted if you don't set the settings, printer settings. Okay, next, then the next things will be margins. So as we all know what is margin, margin is nothing but a space, correct? So for example, you have one page, okay? So this is the page you think, okay? This is a page. I want to start my document from here. I don't want to start from here. I wanted to start the document from here. So this space is called as margin. Okay, for example, if you open the book also, you will be having a margins over here. Okay, so from there only you will be start. Inside the margin you will put page numbers and list number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4 and all you will be putting inside the margin. After the margin only you will be writing the notes and all, correct? Like that Excel sheet also having you'll be having some margins. Okay, so if I want to start from here, you will be setting the margin to here. Okay, so if I want to start from here only, you don't want to set any margin, you can just start from here only. You can just set it as 0. You have something called as narrow. You can just click on that and the things will be started from here only. I'll just show you. Go for the, I think, sheet. Okay, I have something called as sheet 1 here. I want to print this sheet. Just a minute. Okay, now I have a report over here. Print the entire workbook. Okay, now I have something called as first page over here. I want to print a first page. See, observe that the letters are starting from here. This much space is wasted for me, correct? So I don't want to waste this much margin. I want a less margin, so I'll select the margins over here. If I click on narrow, it will move like this. Okay, so it will just move to the leftwards. If you want to wide, if you want to select a wide, you can just select. See, the spaces are adjusting. Top left, bottom left spacings are, margins are getting adjusted. If you want a normal margin, you click on normal margin, it will be changing. Okay, otherwise, if you don't want to select the default margin, you can go for custom margin and you can select how much space you want in right, how much space you want in top, how much space you want in right, how much space you want in bottom. You can just set it over here. See, if I increase this left side and if I decrease all these things, the left side spacing will be more. See, all the top, bottom and all, it is less, only left side is more. Okay, like that you can set your margins. Okay, all the sides it has to be equal, means you can just go on set it over here. 1.7 here also you can give 1.7. Okay, so 1.5, 1.7, whatever you want, you can just set it, or else you can just type it like this also, 1.2 or 1.5. Okay, here also you can just write it 1.5. Okay, and here also I'll give it as 1.5. Right, so all the sides are equal. Now just click it on OK. Now all the sides will be equal. Okay, so if you don't want to set like that, you can just go for the margins, narrow margins. The normal margins will be set it. Okay, normal margins also is there. You can just go to that and set it. However you want, you can just set it. Okay, wide margin is also there. Wide margin means more space will be there for the margins. See, so compare this and this. This is having a less margin, this is having a more margin, and this is normal margin, and this is nothing but last custom settings. Whatever custom settings you have done last, at last I have done 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, 1.5, right? So this is the last custom setting. Whatever setting you have done at the last time, it will be indicating here. Okay, right now, just now I did now top 1.5, left 1.5, that will be indicating over. Again, if I changed it, this also will be changing last custom settings. Okay, so like that you can do it. Custom margin, you can go and you can set it over here. You can just increase it. Okay, it will also change. Okay, according to that, it will be changing. Some people while doing projects and all, they will say you, okay, while doing projects, right side you should have 1.5 centimeter of margin, left side you should have 2.5 centimeter of the margin, top side you have to have 1.5, bottom you have to have 1.5 centimeter of the margin. They will say you, okay, at the time you'll be wondering how to set all those things. You have to come, just you have to come over here and you have to set, that's all. Okay, so these are the left, right and bottom top settings. And the next one is scaling will be, you'll be having if you want to scale the things. For example, so you have something called, you have 3 sheets in your Excel spreadsheet. All the 3 sheets if you want in only 1 page printout. For example, see, you have something called as, okay, you have n number of sheets over here, 10 sheets. All the 10 sheets you want in 1 page printout. Understanding my point? So if you have 10 images, all the 10 images in 1 page I have to take a printout. All the 11, if you have 20 images, all the 20 images I want in 1 page. So what I'll do at that time, I'll go for the file, I'll go for the print options, I'll just make a settings over you. You have something called as fit sheet on 1 page. Okay, fit all the columns on 1 page, fit all the rows on 1 page. Fit all the columns on 1 page means all the columns will be fitted in 1 page. All the rows on 1 page means all the rows will be fitted in the 1 page. For example, all the rows on 1 page. Okay, that means in 1 sheet, if you have so much of rows, okay, but in A4 size sheet only you can take so much. This much will come in the next page. I don't want like that. I want all the rows in 1 page. I want all the columns in 1 page. Okay, like that. If you want to do that settings, you have to go for file and you have to go for print and you have to make a settings for fit all the rows in 1 page and fit all the columns in 1 page. Okay, fit sheet on 1 page. That means 1 sheet in 1 page it will come. Okay, this sheet. So for example, I have sheet 2. This sheet it will come in 1 page of A4 size sheet. Okay, so like that you have to make a settings by going to the print option. Okay, any doubts in print you can just clarify it. And I did not say about collated and uncollated. I'm very sorry, I skipped that. Okay, collated is nothing but here only it is showing 1 2 3 1 2 3. Uncollated means 1 1 1 2 2 2 3 3. For example, you have 10 sheets, you assume. Okay, all the 10 sheets, 10 copies you want. Okay, you have 10 sheets, you want 10 copies. Okay, so collated means all the 10 sheets, 10 copies it will come at a time. Okay, uncollated means first page 10 times it will come, second page 10 times it will come, third page 10 times it will come, like that it will come. If you give collated, all the 10 pages 1 copy it will come, again all the 10 pages 1 copy will come, again all the 10 pages 1 copy will come, like that 10 copies will come. If you give uncollated, first page only 10 copies, second page 10 copies will come, third page 10 copies will come, like that it will be sorted. Okay, collated, uncollated. Understood? If you have any doubts, again you can just chat with me in the chat box. If you have no doubts, I'll just continue my session. Okay, fine. You know, ma'am, all clear. Okay, no, ma'am. Okay, fine. So if it is clear, good. Okay. We'll move on to the next topics called as share, export, publish, close, account, feedback options. Okay. So we have a share option, right? So now, first of all, you want to share your document in the Gmail or email, anything you want. You can just, if you want to share, for example, you have done something in Excel. That file you have to share in email. Okay, so or Gmail, anything. Okay, so you can just go for the share. You have something called as email over here. Okay, save to cloud also you can do, or else if you want to send the email, click on email, send the attachment. Okay, that means you will be attaching your file over here. Okay, so like that you will be sharing the Excel sheet for the peoples by using email. Okay, if you click on that, it will be asking for username, password, and all, email ID and all. You can just give it and you can send it. Okay, if you have a thing, what is that? If you have an account in your Excel sheet, you can just send it. If you don't want an account in your, if you don't have account in your Excel sheet, you cannot do it. Okay, first you have to uh, create your account in the Excel. Okay, how to create and all, it will be coming next. Account, it will be coming. So in file you have something called as account. There I'll be teaching you everything. Just a minute.
Irritated all the class meetings there.
Okay, so we'll go for the file. Okay, you have something called as share option here. As I told, you can just click on email and you can attach your things and you can do it. Okay, so if you have a, I am telling you, if you have your account only, you can do your things. Otherwise, you cannot send the email. How to create an account and all, it will be come under the account option. Okay, so if you want to get an account, you have to pay for that and you have to get account. You have to pay for Microsoft Office and you have to get your account. Okay, so if you have an account, then you can share your Excel file with the email. Okay, all those things. Otherwise, you can go for the Google and you can open your Gmail, save this file and attach there. And if you want to send the email directly from the Excel, you should have your account in the Excel. Okay, so otherwise you cannot send the email. The next is export. Okay, from here we will be continuing in the next class. This is just an introduction class. This is much enough to you to practice for today. Okay, so if you have any doubts, you can ask and you can just clarify your doubts. So this much is enough for today's class. From export I'll be continuing in the next session, that will be on Thursday. Okay, so if you have any doubts or if you have any this one, you can just clarify in the chat box. Otherwise, I'll just say you to log out. When I say you log out, and you can just end the session. So I'll give you still 5 minutes, 5 to 10 minutes time. If you have any doubts, you can just clarify it. Okay, fine. You're saying no doubts, ma'am, no doubts. Okay, fine. The people, if you have any doubts, you can just ask me or we'll end up the session for today. Uh, we'll be continuing the next session on Thursday at the same timings. Okay. Sorry, next session will be on Saturday at the same timings. Okay, you somebody is asking how to add the printer. I mean software to print any sheet. Okay, ma'am, what all did you discuss at the beginning? Can you go through it really fast? Okay, fine. Thank you, ma'am. I joined the next class. Okay, fine. How to install the printer? Okay, so how to add a printer? You are asking. Okay, fine. How to add a printer means you have to do some settings over here. Okay, so you will be having something called as printer settings. Okay, print control. Go for the start button and print control. Okay, so here you have something called as print management. Okay, so if you click on that, all the printer which is active, it will be coming over here. Or else if you want to add any printer, you can add over there also. I'll just show you. Okay, so can you see here print management? So if you click on all print, okay, so custom print, print management, everything is over here, all printers. If you go for all printers, whatever printers are installed, it will be over here. Okay, so print server will be there. Don't log out until I say please don't log out anybody. Okay. So you have something called as more action over here. Can you see? Okay. Here you will be having your add printer. Okay. Here you can go and add your printer. It will ask for the details for printer name and printer IP address. Everything it will be asking. Okay. That you can relate it to. You will be having the all the details once you purchase your printer. Okay. So in that only you'll be having all the details. If you click on add printer, it will ask for the details. Okay, so whether it is TCP IP or add a new printer using existing port. Okay, you should have some ports and all for that. Okay, so you can go and add like this. Okay, if you add, your printer name will come over here. While giving printer, all this printer will be visible. Which printer you want to take, in which printer you want to take a printout, you can just click on that and you can set it over there. Okay, so you should go for more action and add printer. This is how you add the printer to your system. Okay, clear? Oh, so anybody is having any doubts, you can just ask like that only. Okay, so starting session, if I want to repeat, I'll repeat it in the next class. Somebody asked for the starting session, I think. Okay. Okay, fine. I think you don't have any doubts. I'll just end the session. Okay, fine. We'll leave. Okay, fine. The next session will be on Saturday. Take care. Bye bye. Okay.